No one has ever loved me the way I love them back. This world is never a fair place. Every bit of fucking color has been taken from this earth. I only wish to be gone from this world.
Wait, how is that possible? While I'm here? Naph exclaimed as he jumps out of his chair.
How should I know? Aren't you the owner of this place?
Look, it's near to impossible for someone to enter Astraria out of nowhere.
Naph thinks to himself. To be fair, the camera has been glitching out from time to time.
Maybe that's the main cause. The cord, I mean. The camera has been glitching in my system, so it's a bit harder for me to determine the missing person.
Jane says while showing her laptop. The laptop shows multiple windows open, different books, people, and art forms from the past few years scatter the screen. Naph looks at the laptop confused, trying to decipher everything what's happening. He takes the laptop and turns the laptop around. What? He still turns the laptop upside down as if that would help.
Give that back!
Jane takes the laptop away from Naph's hand.
Anyways, I can only pinpoint where the missing person's general area is.
Jane signals Naph to move closer. Naph takes a look at what Jane is pointing at, and it is the city of Pega. The city of Pega, the city of romance in Astraria. The bustling streets makes the city lively. The busy people roam the streets and many couples walk the sidewalks. The beautiful sound of violin echoes the noisy streets and the delicious smelling dishes scatter the area. Naph is taken aback by how different this place is from the main city of Australia. Compared to the more cozy and stress-free environment, Pega is more noisy and fast-paced. Standing in the middle of the city is the city hall. Knowing that this place is probably not the first area someone missing would go to, Naph went straight to the city hall. It's been a while he visited each place anyways. Entering the city hall, he notices the place looks a bit disorganized because a lot of paper seems to be scattered everywhere and people are running from left to right. Naph casually enters and no one seems to care about him entering. He roams the halls and looks for someone to talk to. At the end of one corridor, a person on break drinks a cup of water besides the water dispenser. What a cliché, he thought to himself. Hello, I want to ask some questions. Naph approaches this person but is only greeted with a very dry response.
Yes?
He replied. They make eye contact and Naph learned who this person is. Medri Locher, part of the romance genre, frustrated at what's happening with the city hall. I was wondering what was happening here.
What does it look like?
Ooh, so dry of a response. It looks like something went wrong. Can I ask what was that?
A random person suddenly appeared out of nowhere and I was the one who talked to them because I thought they would pay their taxes because it's tax season, yeah?
Naph listens intently. He thinks that this dude may be suspicious, but listening to his tone right now, he thinks he is telling the truth.
He doesn't understand a single thing I was saying, so he began to raise his voice at me and began to look for the higher-ups. Of course, I wouldn't do that because I am the higher-up, but no, he went berserk and somehow destroyed the entire place up. I called security and brought him outside. I don't like dealing with people like that, and now look what we have to deal with. There is literally a line forming now.
He sighs and continues drinking his water. It may not look like it, but Naph can sense the anger and frustration on what's happening to him. Naph assumes that he's also frustrated with his love life considering he is part of the romance genre. Alright, I'll just roam around for a while. Maybe someone else can help me? Naph bids him farewell and leaves.
Yeah. Wait, who even are you?
Medri asks. Naph just smiles and leaves.
Weird.
Someone else approaches Medri and notices Naph.
Oh, so you were speaking to the owner?
Medri spits out his drink.
Wait, that was the owner of Astraria?
He says in shock before looking in the general way Naph went. Naph is no longer there, but Medri stares at the corridor.
Ah shit, I hope he didn't feel offended by my replies.
Naph walks through the surprisingly empty halls and notices someone on the floor. He approaches the person slowly and carefully but notices some foam appearing on the side of their mouth. Knowing this might be something bad, he immediately carries the person and runs towards the nearest hospital.
The patient suffered a seizure attack due to them being hit on the head but what looks like to be a blunt item.
The nurse tells Naph as he looks at the person sleeping on the bed.
It's a good thing you brought him in this early or else he might have died.
The nurse continues to talk.
He will be able to be discharged in a few days from now. Since you are the owner of Astraea, the head doctor told us that the treatment and the room of the patient will be for free.
Naph nods and the nurse excuses themselves from the room. A few hours have passed and the person who fainted woke up. The nurses did some testing and told Naph that he may be unable to talk for a while. The nurses leave and Naph looks intently at this person. So, are you feeling okay? The person looks outside the window, unattentively. Naph tries to talk to him but any form of talking doesn't make him budge. I forgot to introduce myself. The name's Naph Eliot. Naph flashes a smile. As the person hears the word Naph Eliot, his eyes lit up and looks at him, making eye contact. Unfortunately, since he is a person from reality, he can't really make out any details. So I got your attention. Can I ask your name? Silence falls.
Phallus.
The person speaks, breaking the silence. Can you share what happened to you in the city hall?
The city hall?
Phallus looks at Naph confused. Yeah, the place where I found you.
That place. Well, before I was dragged out, I snuck in and roamed the premises to understand where the fuck I was. Next thing I knew, a guard popped up and knocked me out cold.
I see, so you have no idea where you are right now?
The fuck? No, of course I don't. I was roaming the cinema when I tried to enter the third room. Well, I think it was room 3. Suddenly, I got brought to the streets of this place.
The cinema is still in operation? I thought I closed the place down for a while. Naph thinks to himself. Oh, don't worry, I'll bring you back to our world in a few days. You just have to heal up because you look weak right now.
Wait, our world? What?
Phallus looks at Naph more confused as ever. Don't worry about that. Just get better already. Naph stands up and is about to leave.
Hey!
Phallus shouts. Yes? Naph looks at Phallus, his head peeping outside of the door.
Thanks. You saved me from there.
Phallus flashes a smile and a thumbs up. Naph smiles back and replies back. Anytime, I'm just here to be a good director. Naph closes the door and immediately sprints. Now he got his name, Jane can probably find his details in the system.
Phallus. Part of the fantasy genre, which makes him a barbarian. Element is yellow and his job is a prostitute.
Jane says to Naph as she works quickly to find the person's book.
Go at the back and it should be at the top shelf. There's a ladder that you can use and the title of the book is The Blame Game.
Naph nods and quickly goes to where the book is. Surprisingly, he manages to find the book immediately. Before checking out the book and going to the hospital, he reads the book first.
Phallus. The name you read is a name I never wanted. This was a name given to me by someone I never wish to speak of again. Is it really my fault that I'm the one earning money for this family? Not too long ago, I found this lady named Eloise at the bar I was working at. She was all alone, drinking, of course. I wanted to make a conversation and probably get some money out of it. However, all I got was the most entertaining and greatest conversation I've had in a while. After that, she's been coming to the bar and became a regular. Of course, I was the one who took care of her, in one way or another. One day, she was drunk as hell and started kissing me out of the blue. I reciprocated the kiss, and in the corner of my eye I see this man. Don't know who he was, but suddenly he started crying and running away. Eloise notices the man, and she runs towards him, leaving me all by myself. I guess she did have a boyfriend. She used me in a way to satisfy her wants. Of course, that's what people want from me. My body, my prowess, my overall ability to command in the bedroom. It's always been like that. No one has ever loved me the way I love them back. This world is never a fair place. Every bit of fucking color has been taken from this earth. I only wish to be gone from this world.
Naph's eyes widened at the last statement that he immediately rushed to check out the book. Jane sensed the urgency in Naph's movement that she rushes to check out the book. Naph quickly runs out and goes to the hospital in Pega. Upon arriving in the hospital, a nurse runs towards Naph.
The patient you brought in. He's missing.
Naph runs towards the room and indeed Phallus is now missing. Blood stains the floors and walls. The room looks like a hurricane rushed in. Naph inspects the room and obvious traces of a struggle happen. The window looks like it's been forcefully opened. On the bed, Naph notices a letter. He quickly opens the letter and reads.
To the owner of Astoria Cinema. Welcome back. It's been a while since we last saw the owner of this place visit. We thought that if we could do a tiny surprise for you, you would be happy. We hope this surprise was a pleasant one. We know this person is not one of the art forms in this world. We thought that if we take him for a bit, we can chat together. If you want him back, come to Prestigio, and let's have some coffee together.
Naph, knowing the severity of the situation, runs outside the room and began his journey to Prestigio, the land of drama.